Good morning, Roy, and happy FOMC day.
Very odd to say that on a Thursday. Good morning. It's taken me a few days to get my brain around this week and the last few weeks, really. So that concludes with today's presser.
Yeah, today is this week's been just it's been a week, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
That's all we can say. It's been a week. But we are here. We have accounts. We are still chugging along here. We got a nice little trend zone here working up. So you did have data this morning come out. So let's scroll through some data real quick. Probably gonna have to go over to Financial Juice to get everything I want to get this morning, because we had a lot of stuff come out. So we will start here, though. We did have U.S. initial jobless claims came out. It was 221,000. The forecast was 222. Let's see, can't be lower. And then the previous was 216. So came in higher than the previous, but under forecast. We had the productivity 1.9%, forecast is 1%, previous is 0.4. The continued jobless claims, let's go make sure we're right. 1.892 million, forecast is 1.873 million, previous is 1.862 million, so a slight uptick in the continued jobless claims. You had the productivity prelim was 2.2%, forecast 2.5. Previous was 2.5, so I guess that's actually a bad thing on that one, correct? U.S. productivity lost 1.9, 0.1% was forecast, previous is point forecast. Roy, you brought this up in pre-stream. These labor costs and productivity being what they are, you say these are actually bearish data, correct?
It's bad data, so it's hard to say bullish or bearish nowadays. But yeah, it's not good data for the economy. So now, why I say that is, could you get more of an argument to get more cuts this year based on the bad data to protect the economy? So it's that mental gymnastics we have to do, but it is bad data. It's not good data.
We are where did my trend line go?
Oh, they just took it from you, didn't they?
Sorry, dogs. Lucky for us.
You learned how to do this.
Yeah. I thought we were going to actually get a break here, and man, it came right down to the bottom of it where VWAP actually came up. So you got to see what's going on with it when you do it.
Yeah, I was actually going to play a break of VWAP, and I got a little ahead of myself and got me down about $100 right now. So now I'm trying to stay patient, pick my spots. I was trying to jump the gun. I got married to the data, which is why I kind of said maybe not bearish data, but bad data, because I tried to treat it as bearish data, and it popped my hand a little bit.
So one thing, I'm not going to trade my XFAs and Top Step today being FOMC. I did play a couple bounces on the other guys this morning, so I'm $800 up per account in those. So we've already called a day on those. Those are locked up and done. So now we just sit and wait. And like I said, I'm gonna try to get this 150. We're gonna work on past this 150. We're gonna get back to our today and tomorrow. I'm gonna focus on this combine. Then I have another combine that resets next week. So if we can work on, hopefully by the end of next week, maybe getting at least one, if not two of these passed, that would be fantastic. I am going to change my parameters though while I am doing this, because I'm taking 5 lots. So 500 is not a good one to play with. Have to move immensely. So we're going to try to get a $3,000 profit and a $1,500 stop loss. So 2-to-1 risk reward with 5 lots at a time.
One question I was going to have for you is when you have multiple XFAs, how do you determine like how you start? Do you start on like the smallest balance? Do you start on the biggest balance? Do you just randomize it? How do you handle that? Because I'm in that kind of position right now. What account do I really start with?
Typically, I always have a few that I copy trade, so I always start with my copy trades.
Okay.
And then whatever my newer ones, I try to trade it off how many on the scaling plan, right? So let's say that I have 5 accounts and I have 2 of them where I can do 4 lots. I lump everything on it. Then I've got 3 of them that I'm going to do 3 lots at a time, right? I will actually focus on those 3 lot ones to try to bring them up, and then I just trade them however the mood suits me at that point, to be honest with you.
Okay.
My goal is to build them back up. I took a big hit yesterday. We got everything's like $500 away from drawdown, so we're going to be super conservative with them, and we're probably just going to start them back next week, and we'll go back to the 1 or 2 lots, and we'll do 200 take profit, 200 stop loss. That way, it gives us a chance. And we've been there before, and we've built them back up. I've had one that was funny story. I had one yesterday. I had $20 left on it, and as you can see now, we got $220 on it now. So I hit one for $200. So I might come back and trade that one today. If I do, it's going to be on a trend, and it's going to be for $200, and then we're going to lock it up. And if you do that, I think it was Roy Easy or somebody had asked me before, how do you, when you get in a drawdown, how do you do? That's how I handle it. I'm to the point, if I lose the account, I lose the account. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that.
Right.
I've got income coming in other places, so it's not like I depend on Top Step. I need to get a little better on growing these and not. Yesterday, I went a little off tilt. I think Roy can vouch for that. We kind of got in. I think Roy, you called it best. It was a little euphoria of everything being over, and you just, hey, this is it. We just kept going the wrong direction on it. So, and it actually gave some decent looks. I think Roy he's put it in our Discord yesterday. CVD popped, and not CVD, but Tide. I'm more to say Tide Pop was back when it got up here, was it not?
Yeah, it was about right around there. Yeah,
about 10:30 or so. What I saw that I liked is when I got into it early. If you look at this, it definitely gave you a candle by candle here at 10:05, and then you saw this candle here come up. And when this candle came up, the whole time this candle was going up, CVD was actually coming down. CVD went from positive to negative on a green candle. And I was looking at the orders on Bookmap, and I'm like, I think they're fixing to squeeze this thing because it looked like a squeeze was setting up because all the orders were stacking up high. You didn't have very much down below. And I'm like, so on this next dip, I got into it, and I think I got a few $100 out of it, a couple $100 out of it, got out. Then Roy sent that message showing Tide was going crazy, and I was like, crap, I should have held. And of course, we kind of consolidated like you see a lot, and then kept going up. So could have been a better trade. I finished the day making some green trades, and that made me feel good, made me feel better about the day. So, and like I said, now we're $800 up over here, guys. That's times 11 accounts. So that's $8,800 in the bank account, ready to go. So we are feeling no pressure this morning, and we just trade whatever we see here. Actually going for a high day here.
Yeah, it actually, I think, set a new one just by a tick. So it's pushing.
And once again, it gave you a perfect. If you look, it came right off the bottom of the zone, right off VWAP perfectly. So here was 59, 67, 25. So you're looking at an 8-point move up after that. ES, that's $400 for one ES. Everybody that's keeping track around here.
Yeah. It's a bit. What I find myself is it gets a little dizzying as far as the big moves that have happened over the last few days. Um, that you expect now, like 10, 15 point moves. I got to hold, but stick to your strategy. Do your do your normal thing. Obviously, if you missed the big move or you got the big move, just make sure that that's more of an outlier than it is the norm as far as holding too long or cutting too short. Just play what the chart gives you.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. We've been going for 11 minutes and there's 0 people in here.
Yeah, a
Kind of
bit odd.
strange.
Oh, did I share the wrong message?
No, it's showing up on, well,
No, let's
no,
check.
you're
I'll delete them.
says November 7th, jobless claims FOMC rate decision.
Here, we'll redo it.
Let me see if I type in FOMC rate decision. I think we might have something else going on because I'm in here now and it's not showing.
Oh,
I'm in it and liked it. And it's not showing anybody's here yet. I'm in here. I see us. Hey.
try it again. Try it again.
Yeah, now it says 1 watching, so I guess I am the only person watching. Well, that's not a good sign. Where y'all at?
Yeah. We're sleeping in.
Everybody's got the election hangover.
It's all good. Tell you one thing, it doesn't stop us from trading.
Well, no, it doesn't. It does not. I know. I did talk to Harry the other day. Thursdays is the day he usually can't get in. They have meetings Thursdays.
Mm.
So I know Harry's always here, and I know Thursdays he misses, but he does go back and watch. So Harry, when you go back and watch this, hey bud.
I could make a political joke, but I won't for the sake of the channel. Let's flip over as we wait, and we set a new high. Got a little bit of rejection. Let's take a look at what's going around in the market.
Hey, while you roll through that, I'm gonna step out for a second. I'll be right back. But it'd
Have
be
at
perfect if we'll do that.
Perfect. So NQ's at 21,000. So obviously a psych level. Take a look at that. See how it rolls on through the day. Up 0.5%. Looking at Mag 7, you've got Apple up 0.62%, 224. Kind of a laggard behind the big moves that have happened lately. So keep an eye on that. I mean, their earnings last week obviously is kind of the anvil that's on top of that's holding them back. But if you're interested in a laggard in the Mag 7, Apple would be the one. Nvidia continuing to make new highs, 146. It is just on a rager as it continues its quest for world dominance. Microsoft 421.50, up 0.3%. Obviously, it benefited, much like all of tech, from the move yesterday, or really all the stock market, and it's continuing that push up. So interesting to see on Microsoft. Google had a huge day yesterday, up 4%, and it's holding its gains up another 0.8% in pre-market today. Amazon, again, another big winner yesterday, up 3.8%. It's holding its gains and gaining 0.35%. Meta was the intriguing one to me yesterday. It was actually down most of the day, while all of tech was raging. And I think a lot of that was kind of the Elon boogeyman type stuff that is with Elon getting in a little bit more of a governmental power. Is that a threat to Meta in some form or fashion? The dip got bought, and it's now up 0.5%. Meta is actually one I'm going to be looking into personally to see if I want to play in the waves. Tesla, of course, had a big day, up 15%. We went over that yesterday with Elon's approach, and marriage to Trump kind of helped him out quite a bit, helped shareholders out quite a bit. I actually talked to Led yesterday about this, and I'll actually wait for that conversation when Monty gets back. I'd like to hear his feedback on that as well. Flipping over to AMD, had a good day yesterday, 2.5%. It's gotten beaten up since its earnings. But found stability at 140 and just kind of ticked up. And then obviously the election pushed it up higher, but it's up another 1.45%. So good move on that. Bitcoin is down 1%. So it set a new high yesterday. Actually later in the day, about 76,500. And it's now kind of come back from that couple grand. So you're down 1% on the day, down $900. With that means coin had a raging day yesterday. I mean, unbelievable move, 31%, $60 on the equity. But it's cooled off, rightfully so, a little bit here, down 4% in pre-market, kind of following that Bitcoin move down. You could see Bitcoin retrace down to like 71,000 in my opinion. So there may not be a big rush to jump into Bitcoin, but for all intents and purposes, it is a bullish position right now with the administration that's coming in. Solana had a nice move up to 192. I mean, unbelievable move up, and now it's kind of calmed itself. It's back to flat basically for the day, but still super strong on Solana. Crypto and nuclear and AI value plays all kind of muted this morning. Keeping an eye on those for any potential swings. TNX has come down. So it had the big gap up yesterday, and it's now kind of trending down as we head towards FOMC later today. Similar story with the dollar. Started raging up after the election, 105.44, and it's now kind of cooled off a bit, down almost $1 from its high. So the dollar needs to stabilize a bit. It's been on a massive ride. And by golly, SMCI has a green number next to it. It's up 1.98%. It actually bounced about 10% from its low yesterday. So
I started to actually buy some comment on that just to take a chance. If they can figure things out. Now, look, they have a chance they have to report to NASDAQ on their stuff. So they have a chance to get delisted from there. So if they can come through and they can right the ship, that thing could go back to $100. So you just got to be careful with it. I wouldn't. This is not financial advice. It is more of just a hunch it could happen. So not betting on it. But if I do, I'd buy 100 shares. So just give it a chance, see what it does. If it makes a little money on it, and I don't have to worry about it. I just leave it and forget about it. So if you need the money and you're looking to do that, don't do it. But if you have some disposable income, it might not be a bad idea to just give it a chance to see what happens with it as low as it is right now.
Yeah. And you notice he said exactly. He said commons, not options. So gold kind of had its death march from the election. It's been on an absolute tear, but kind of could see a cup kind of get created here. So back on an upswing here is gold.
You could see gold pop again, and there's a lot of rumors going around what's going to happen between now and January the 6th. So you could get uncertainty back in the markets. Mm-hmm. If you get uncertainty back in the markets, gold is going to rip back up to all-time highs. So
there it is.
Be careful with it. Gold is not. This is not financial advice. Gold is not one you just want to get and hold.
No.
Right. And you got to be careful with it because $100 a pop will get you pretty quick.
Yeah.
And if that bad boy moves, that bad boy can move.
And it looks like the honeymoon's over for DJT. It spiked up $55 yesterday in pre-market, and it's now down to 30 in pre-market today, down 15%. We'll see what comes about that, but unfortunately, I think its catalyst has passed, and see if
One
there
thing
can
to
be
watch.
any.
One thing
Yep.
to watch on DJT is the Elon buying DJT rumors.
Yeah.
Because if he does come in and he actually puts a real bid in to buy them, watch out.
Yeah. Well, that will be an epic short squeeze for sure.
Yes.
So we did skip the
again,
VIX.
Not financial advice.
We did skip the VIX. It had that massive gap down yesterday and then kind of recovered, and it's gap down again today. It's actually currently lower than it was at any point yesterday.
We were
sorry, just a hair.
20% down yesterday and another 4.5% today so far.
Yeah, I mean, it did rally into the end of the day, so you're basically holding line here at this 1550. We'll see if, I mean, later today is Jerome Powell's press conference. So goodness gracious, if the VIX wants to pop, it has plenty of room to do it. Obviously, if it wants to drop, there's more momentum. I mean, it can fall another 20% if it's just what the election results created, and regardless of the candidate that you're going to go for, it was going to create this. It's kind of like a reset in what the economy is looking for. So, what stocks will pop, what are we focused on, what are we not focused on, do we care about green energy, do we love green energy, et cetera, et cetera. So take your time when picking your stocks and picking your portfolio. Let the dust settle a bit and everything will get clearer.
Absolutely. One thing to notice, a lot of you guys that watched on election day said I was taking notes. If you're taking notes, put in your notes that this is, I know at least 2 elections in a row where the VIX has popped the day before the election and we've dropped 20% the next day. So,
and to further cement that as a more plausible, consistent theory is you had one party win last time and another party win this time. So
I was actually fixing to bring that up. Yeah, you had Biden win and Trump win, and they got the same deal. So,
yeah,
that lets you know it wasn't just one single candidate. It's the market loves stability.
Yeah,
and at that point, it knew who the new president was going to be, and like, okay, now we can continue our track. I did see something. I told y'all I usually avoid Twitter, and I saw something yesterday. I just kind of glanced through it because I was looking at a lot of the election stuff and kind of digging into some of it. But the funny thing I saw was there's a guy. I wish I could remember. I wish I'd have shared it. And he is saying that we are still in a bear market and that this is just a little bump and the next one is going to be just horrendous. He is guaranteeing ES to 4,000.
4,000.
Yeah, look how far we got to get to 4,000.
That would be it was a 1 hour. You can't even go daily. You're gonna have to go monthly, I think, on this one.
And what's the guy's name? What's the option guy that does the flow? What's his name? He goes by Flow Seed now, I think, but
yeah. Keon.
Yeah. He he just responded. He just like quote tweeted it like, "You got to be the biggest moron on Twitter." You got to get big credit. He's standing by it. He's like, "Nope, this is not. We're not in a bull market." Which I don't know how you can look at this and say this is not a damn bull market. Like, let's make that make sense.
You can not like it, but the facts are the facts, right? It's
if you're a perma bear right now, you're getting your ass handed to you.
Yeah. Again, I'll always tell the story. Monty's heard it 100 times. I was salivating shorting QQQ at 313. I was like, oh, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It was just for the long side.
Roy was one of the biggest perma bears there was out there. It was core put on every damn thing. And he had everybody in the Discord follow him except two people, myself and Snoop.
Yeah.
We did not follow him obviously on the core puts. And we're like, y'all are crazy. Trade what you see. And Roy was like, nope. And this is back before Roy really did any TA. Right?
Yeah, I
he
don't
just
do
kind
that.
of
Was fundamental analysis.
and then he got his ass handed to him a couple times. And next thing you know, Roy's using fib levels. Like, oh, look at this.
This is not just voodoo
listening.
magic.
I was listening when I was out. So what do you want to tell me when you had a conversation with Lad about?
Oh, Tesla actually. Kind of, yeah, I'm not the biggest fanboy of anybody really, but I gotta tip my cap to old Elon on this one. He positioned himself with Trump pretty well, right, early on.
Yeah.
And kind of the conclusion we came up with is if the Dems won, they were more green energy, EV, so he was gonna be, at least his company was the leader in that kind of EV market. There's no doubt about that, right? Tesla was going to move. So he was going to have, regardless, he was going to take a PR hit, but he was going to be positioned to benefit from a Democratic election. But if a Republican won, who is very maybe not so green energy push, he was at risk of maybe losing some of not just government contracts, but just it not being a priority in the near future. So by aligning himself with Trump, he actually hedged his bet a bit, in my opinion.
So if Kamala had won,
mm-hmm.
All his government contracts were gone. And that would have put a huge hurting on SpaceX, which would have put a huge hurting on him overall. Look, SpaceX, they admit it was out there. It was Kamala despises Elon. She despised it. It's to the point where she had said behind closed doors, if she could have brought criminal charges in California against him for anything, she would have done it. And she looked. So the government contracts he was screwed.
I don't think you can. I think personally you can try and operate that way, but publicly you can't, right? You can't. It would be too obvious to everyone that this is a personal thing more than a professional thing. And I know the Trump thing. I'm not going to get into all that.
You watched the DOJ, so yeah, that's really nothing.
But I would say that it flies a bit to me personally. I think Elon did a good job of hedging his bet within Trump, as far as even if Kamala would have won. I mean, Tesla was not going away, right?
Tesla was not. There was going to be changes that were going to hurt Elon personally, and SpaceX, for what you, however you want to look at it, SpaceX and Tesla are joined at the hip.
Right, of course.
Until SpaceX actually goes public as a independent company, which could happen, but it was still. I mean, it's. So I told Roy this before. I dig into politics and used to. I've tried to kind of distance myself a little bit, but I would dig into politics. We got 40 seconds to open, by the way. I would dig into politics like somebody does into sports.
Mm-hmm.
I go in, I look at, numbers, I look at statistical data, I look at everything on it. And it got to the point at one point when I was younger where it would kind of consume me way too much. So I kind of tried to step back, and I was doing a really good job until Monday. And Monday I started, because you started to see, hey, it's a close election. You either heard it's a close election or you heard Harris is going to run away with it. And we are open, and we're getting the pot period open. And Roy's my witness here. I told Roy, I said, Roy, I've done some research. We are, I think Trump's going to run away with it. Of course, Roy would come back, well, this is what the poll. I was like, I know what you're showing on the poll, and I'm looking at different polling, and I'm telling you, I think he's going to run away with it. And
Yeah.
MOO opened up S&P 500 plus 500, NASDAQ minus 15 million. S&P plus 50 million, NASDAQ minus 15 million, Dow plus 35 million, Mag 7 minus 15 million. So anyway, we kept going back and forth, and I was like, I had a feeling. Then when I saw the numbers, because I knew the gym, so the difference between 2020 and 2024. 2020, you had all these mail-in ballots, right?
Mm-hmm.
And typically, your early voting, your mail-in ballots typically go to the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when the early numbers started coming out Tuesday, Kamala got a big lead, and I'm like, well, I mean, it wasn't big enough, in my opinion, which turned out to be true. I was like, this thing is, it could play out exactly like that. And if you saw our little private messages between me, him, and Snoop, I was actually, hell, I think I was calling state before the news source was calling
Yeah,
state.
you were. Yeah.
I got into it, so stayed up till 2:00 in the morning and did the whole deal, and was vested in it more than I should have been, probably, because at the end of the day, what's going to change for us? Not much.
Not
Our
much.
taxes could be better for 6 more years now instead of 2.
Right.
Like the Trump tax thing was fixing to run out. Was this the last year of it, or was next year last year of it?
I think next
I think
year.
next year, last year. So, all that stuff's going to get extended out now as far as he can extend it. So, as much as everybody's like, oh, he only wants to give tax breaks to 1%, my taxes looked a hell of a lot better when he was in office than they did when last year and the year before last. So, when some of his stuff started coming off. There's my political view.
No, it's good. We regardless, and we kind of said it earlier in the stream, is take your time, pick your spots. The economy now has a new voice, so we'll see what is important, what is not important, and Jerome Powell will be interesting today, given the election is over. Is he going to give more guidance? Is he going to be, obviously there's going to be election questions sent in his way. He'll probably deflect it pretty good, but it'll be an interesting, entertaining FOMC.
Yeah, I have not been watching the FOMC press conference the last couple of times just because I've been just getting away. And
yeah,
if anything important happens, Roy's going to send it to me. So
yeah,
I kind of just step back away from it. This is one I probably will watch today to see what comes out of it. And unless I'm busy doing something else, and if that's the case, I'll just let Roy send me updates again.
will do. I've always enjoyed his pressers. I love the volatility of the markets, and obviously his pressers create that volatility. So always
I
fun to
remember
watch.
when we were dumb and we traded those pressers.
We did, and I traded them.
I'm on the back for a second. Me and Roy got pretty damn good at trading those pressers.
we were able to read through the tea leaves pretty good. Like this is a bearish statement, and the market's taking it bullish, or vice versa. And
yeah,
a little nasty candle here. Got a pop, and then we'll flip over to yours. See your cluster can hold up.
Of course, I would say we'd go draw a zone up here, but there's no zone to draw up there. So let's just chill out and see what we got.
Oh man,
we'll trade whatever we see today. Whatever we see. We were a little biased yesterday, and that showed. So F the bias. We're going, and I can say F without saying the word.
Yeah, you can. You're good.
So F the bias, and we're going to watch it play out. We're going to trade what we see with the volume. And if you remember yesterday, volume was around 53,000, I think, or so. So you are seeing lower volume on this open than you saw yesterday, which is expected, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday, the day after the election. So
your cluster's held up for the first test. We'll see if it holds up for the second test here.
I would love to come back down to this zone. You can see we've tested this zone numerous times. We've bounced out of it. So, like we've said before, don't just set an order down here and forget it. You can, but you're taking a little more chance with it. What you want to see is come down in this zone, and if it bounces back up, your ideal. Remember to where's that thing at? It's on this one. So hit this pop here. You'd love to bounce there. Come back, bounce. That's kind of what you would look for, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you come up, you can take it long here, scalp it, come back, take it long. And then if you want to be safe, if it does do like similar to this and you want to be safe, you wait till that breaks before you take it long. So you let it come back, you let it make a new high, you let it come back and retest, and if it breaks that new high, that's where you go long, and you should get a better run out of it.
We just had a spike in tide on the volume. Still very early, but puts drop.
Yeah, it might not do that, what I just said, so it might just continue to pop up. Eventually, we'll get that move and be ready for it. Is all I say.
How's our orders looking? Are we stacked anywhere?
You got a few up. Let's go. You got 786 orders sitting at 5981. And then you got a cluster up here. These are about 700-800 orders. You got orders to the upside. Now, whether it can break up there, that's a different story. If you look to the downside, you got a cluster down, a lot of stacked orders down here, all the way down to 59.74, which is 5 points. I say all the way down. You got some stacking, a little bit of stacking here, not much. A little stacking here at 66, 65. And interesting, you're seeing what could possibly be some stacking down here below 59.50. That's one area to keep an eye on. They want to push it, and like the upside, you don't see much. You see a iceberg order at 59, 58, 6,000. These are iceberg orders. These are not stacking orders. They're actually growing a little bit. And then above that, you see absolutely nothing, which makes sense because, 6,000 is a hell of a number. So right now, just hold tight. There's no need to rush a trade. Does absolutely no good to rush a trade. If you get in and you're lucky and you get it right, all it's going to do is create a bad habit for you to do next time. So that's the biggest thing that gets me, and I've done it. I've been guilty of it. And you chase or you do something just for a random reason, and it plays out. You're like, oh, well, I could do this every time now. Well, can you really?
All right.
You can, but it's going to cost you more, and it's going to gain you in the long run.
Oh, I had Meta calls yesterday. I sold at the bell.
Oh.
Yeah, it's up 2%. They were 585s for January. And I was like, why would I hold it, in FOMC? Oh,
You get that pre-FOMC pop.
Yeah, exactly. May have to round those up to 600. Old Meta. Meta doing Meta things. Now looking around the market, let me flip over, see how Tide's doing. Yeah, kind of so early, but puts are falling, calls are rising. You're going to get, this was actually a really interesting day yesterday. Here is your 14-day chart on call premium. And
they dumped it in there, didn't they?
Yeah, they dump it at the open. But I believe these are more resets than everything. So
yeah.
So, but you look at your volume was pretty high. This was the pre-election day, or this was election day, I should say, and then this is the post day. But so that premium though just skyrocketed. So we go back
Hey, a little look to CBD is at 14,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it started this morning. When I came up this morning and got on the computer, it was around 6 or 7,000. So it's popped it open.
We got a new high here on ES.
Well, the good thing about the great thing about this week is we get to draw new levels.
Yeah. Amen.
Wow.
So you got you're getting an all-time high breakout.
Yeah.
And I mean, was the VWAP retest and launch, I guess. So now you're just in queue going for it, everything going for it.
Yeah, you want to talk about frustrating, and Roy's my witness here. I said, he's like, you trade anything? Like, yeah, I went long off VWAP.
Oh, yeah, you did say that. I remember
But
it made good money. Hey, you make good money. It wasn't.
I am not hurt about it. I'm fine. I am A-okay. A-okay with it. Oh, goodness. I still have not been able to catch up on my sleep.
I don't think that's going to happen this weekend with the game.
No, we got a big game. We got Roy and Led coming in town.
Yeah, gonna come see you.
So it's going to be a fun, exciting weekend. I get to show off my hometown.
It'll be fun.
Well, I know. I guess you could have took. I was waiting for open. You had an opportunity on this 835 counter where it came back and tested these. This 8, you could have took a long there. I am trying to be a tad bit more cautious since was a little reckless yesterday. Even though this is a combine I'm playing, it's still, I don't want to do anything stupid.
Yeah, I mean it had a move overnight. Now it's continuing this move in the open. Obviously, if you're short anything, you probably have already been obliterated, so you can't really say that there's short covering. I think now it's just low volume heading into FOMC, which favors the bulls, right?
Typically, it does. One thing to watch, though, we do get a huge. I loved it, man. Can you imagine testing 6,000 before FOMC?
Oh wow!
Yeah, that would be
I think even I was going to say even the perma bull would look at it and say, "Well, maybe I should take some off here."
Yeah, you got about from 59.95 to 6,000. You got about 1,000 orders sitting up there. In that little 5-point stretch.
We also have data in 15 minutes. I don't think it's that important, but important enough to say. Wholesale inventories.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then you got any natural gas traders out there. You got that coming. Oh, look, they put MO imbalance on Top Step now. Did not know that. So next time they do it, I can actually show y'all guys. Just telling you.
That's nice.
Get a nice little pullback here.
Yeah, that's a bearish candle. I don't think there's any doubt about that one. 15 seconds left in the candle. Big wick. Now pushing down towards the 8. So be careful if you're trying to buy any sort of dip here personally. I don't know if Monty feels that way. But that's how I feel.
I actually like a little. We'll see if these hold up. These hold up. If the 8 gives out, then no. But if the 8 holds here, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting it along back up to that. I mean, this is a scalp. This is not going to be a hold for ever. You're going to get 3 or 4 points, 2 or 3 points out of it and call it a day. Is what you want to do.
Looks like it's holding so far.
It is, and we just took 300 and the other boys over here. So thank you. You know, Roy doesn't like it. I don't mind playing it. Should have played it here. I don't know why I'm struggling taking a trade on this side today. But I am 1,100 up on the other side. So I actually said I was going to be done for the day over there, didn't I?
You did. That's okay.
It just is opportunity. Then when Roy said he didn't like it, it made me like
Oh,
it.
it just verified it. Yeah. I mean, that's rubber stamp of approval.
Yeah, look, it's still, I mean, like I said, I think I know I said it. I said, this is not going to be a long hold. This is going to be a quick scalp. So I got my money out of it. Hit my target real quick. I didn't have a big target. Just I had 3 lots and I got 2.5 points out of it. So 2 points out of it. So $300. Can't beat that.
Can't beat that at all. And you did what you said you wanted to do. Get in, get out.
Yeah, that's the thing about this. If you missed some moves. I missed a move earlier, but give yourself a target, a realistic target.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to scale, let's say you do take 3. Well, scale 2 with that target. And if you want to hold a runner, hold 1. And the other guys, I don't do that very often because they've kind of ruined me on a trailing drawdown, even though I don't have trailing drawdown or anything over there anymore, just so you know. But it kind of ruined me back in the day from doing that on that side. And I worked on it over here on Top Step, and it kind of gets me in trouble sometimes. So I'm trying to mix both together and come up with a good take profit strategy, but we're still working on that at the moment. But
I'm going to flip over and kind of go over some Tide. You got Tide push up on calls, got a little dip coming up. Puts are hanging around the 0 line. On holdings, I haven't even looked at it. Similar story here.
It's going to pop back up. So CBD dropped under 13,000 and back up over 14,000. So seems like 59.85 could be a spot they want to take it to. You got 536 orders sitting there.
Got a candle by candle too, pushing up.
Yeah,
potential here.
Could. Still got time.
90 seconds left in the candle.
Keep
an eye on this as I run through Mag 7. We got Apple running down. It's popped at the open, kind of coming back here. Similar story to NVIDIA, had a little drop, but of course that's not allowed, so they're bid it right back up. New all-time highs, 147.80. Microsoft had a big pop, or it had drop, recover, and now it's kind of hanging out in the middle. Google, same story. Wow, Amazon, almost 210, 1.33%. It is motoring, and I imagine that has to do with breaking that 200. It received approval to operate a new delivery drone, marking a significant advancement in its logistics and delivery capabilities. So there you go. Amazon working on some news at 210. Wow. Meta ripped at the open to make me cry, and now it's coming back a little bit. We'll see what it can do. Tesla kind of barcoding up here around the 285-ish, 290 range. So I would expect that to continue. AMD continually going up on 147. Good dip buying opportunity there a few days ago. Coin coming back a little bit. It's down $10, 4%. It's matching Bitcoin, who is down 1%. Solana flat on the day. Hit me. We got a candle.
You got your candle by candle.
Candle by candle.
And it did not feel like downwater. We're going to chase this back. This is a combine. We chase low. You son of...
It's gonna make you chase it, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm about done chasing.
82. I tell you, we can spot them. Thank you for calling that out. I was able to grab $100 on it, so I'm now down 20 cents on my XFA. Probably should have held it, but I wanted to get
Are
that
you
money back.
serious?
Yeah, it just ran away.
We got to come up with something different. Hey, have you done your? I know this is bad live stream. Have you got your picks yet?
Oh, it's Thursday, isn't it?
It is Thursday.
Yeah, I got my picks.
You do have them?
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you.
You look at you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I gotta keep you on your toes.
I would be really impressed if you'd have held that damn trade a little bit longer.
You know me, I got a hot potato, man. Let's
Yeah, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work.
We are gonna work on that because I'm a bit too skittish.
Yeah, you need to. How many lots are you? You just taking one lot at a time, or what do you?
Yeah. And so I can't scale, and I think that's more of my problem. Is I feel like I get stuck, and then when I go 2, that's when bad things happen. Bad things really happen at that point.
So you do have top of back. So why don't you try, instead of doing 1 ES, do 10 MES.
Yeah.
And then do scale out 2 at a
try
time.
and scale. So at what point would you scale? So like 2 to 3 points?
So on your typical thing, where you typically would scale at if you just had 1 ES, scale 2 MES at that point. That leaves you 8. Mm-hmm. And then go a couple points to do 2 more. And then you'd be surprised. That could actually play out pretty good for you. Worth a shot.
Okay.
Anything to give you some damn. Let's make some money.
Yeah,
but you got to be
look at that.
You got to be careful. You can do that, and it can backfire. And we just made a damn this piece of crap.
Made a new high. Got to the orb high. Made a new high. Data in 8 minutes.
Fantastic.
Data in 8 minutes.
I mean, damn, could you got a better candle by candle there? The only thing you would want more of. Here's the only issue with your candle by candle. You didn't have really room to run down.
Right.
If this would have closed up here, it would have gave you room back to here to get in. But that's why I kind of hesitated for a second. And look, I don't mark it by. I don't know if you might mark it by. I don't mark it by. I put limit orders in because you can get screwed really easily on, especially when you start trading real money. And I'm not talking about XFA. I'm talking about live account. And you start putting that market order in, and it feels 2 ticks down. You're like, oh, that's no big deal. It's
a big deal.
That's $25 right there that you lost without anything ever moving. So I will mark it out sometimes if I'm trying to get out in a hurry. But I would rather limit out too. Hit a profit, hit a order, and now we're making wicks again here, and I can't go short. As much as we're wicking up top, right? We're getting these wicks. And this candle right here, that should tell you we should have came down. I don't know why we didn't. Don't know why we didn't, but it is what it is. So
you got data in about 5 minutes, so no point of.
CBD is over 15,000 now. Everybody see my hat? Have a day.
Have a day.
This is a Bob Does Sports, by the way. If you watch Bob Does Sports, they're hilarious. We talked about it before. Breezy Golf Apparel. Bob, we would love to sponsor us if you want to.
Yeah. Teach you how to trade. Yeah. Teach us how to golf.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't want Bob to teach me how to golf. I can golf a hell of a lot better than Bob can. But teach us how to grow this YouTube channel.
There you go.
They have over 1 million subscribers, so I think they're actually going for. Are they going for 2 million? I know Good's going for 2 million now. That's crazy to think about. 2 million subscribers. We are stuck around the 420 range. We're not moving anywhere. We're not doing nothing. Nobody. So like, share. Come on, people. Let's get it out there. Get us to 500.
Yeah. We're going to get more content out next week. I've been laser focused on my accounts, and now I've got some wiggle room, as I shared with you yesterday. So now I'm going to put us out some more content, see if we can't grow this bad boy. I need to do my PowerPoint stuff real quick. Pop.
PowerPoint.
Got to make the presentation, right?
Order some new gummies that'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, see, you're already celebrating.
Yeah. I need stuff to help me sleep now to that point. I used to just go to sleep anytime, anywhere, no problem. You get older, you get aches and pains, and I'm going to be honest with you. Since I started taking gummies, I have no aches and pains. None.
Wow.
It's crazy. It is the strangest thing, but it's fantastic. $16,300 CBD, and it is showing in the market. And I am so
tied.
So
tied.
There is, what's that? Let's see. There's 6 points off that move so far.
AMD going up 2.5%. Tesla now starting. Whoa, Tesla. Whoa, Tesla.
I wonder what the AMD King is. AMD King, do you watch us? If you do, what are you doing?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, should be doing
good.
good.
If you ever subscribe.
Meta
17.4 CBD.
Amazon 210 and climbing. Microsoft 422. Google.
Go back to Microsoft real quick.
Yep. Some big candles.
I almost gave a candle by candle there, didn't it? Look at that.
Yeah.
And it would have played out good. Sometimes you just got to go for it.
That one did give you.
Joe did. Didn't give you much of a pullback.
Didn't give much of a pullback. Yeah, it's NVIDIA. Does it do that? Going for 150. That's insanity.
Hell, it gave you, look back a couple candles, it gave you a bearish one.
And it didn't play bearish and coffee.
Looking before that too, gave you one back for pre-market.
Oh yeah.
They gave you a second there, like, I'm just teasing you.
Look at this thing. It is ripping. Apple trying to set a new high a day.
I mean, can we continue? I mean, are we going to hit 6,000?
I think so. I mean, you're 14 points away. Let's see if this data can push it up there.
Let's see if they pull any orders before data. That'll be interesting to see.
Coin. Oh my gracious.
Look at it rip. Whoa.
I love that stock. I absolutely love that stock.
I mean, hell, everything's ripping right now. I don't know. Is there anything? Can you find something that's not ripping?
Right. Let's see.
And don't show me
even SMC. Well, DJT's getting hit, but SMCI is even green. What's going on?
It's insane, right?
Financials are red. They're down 1%.
Let's see here, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen.
Data in 12 seconds.
Yeah, no orders really cleared, so it's probably going to be a nothing burger. Just so you know. Let's go to, I'm looking at I want to change. I'm going to.
Did they pull the data? I'm not seeing it on the top step. There it goes. It's in the
Yeah,
feed.
sometimes it's so top step. Your data is 15 seconds delayed.
Okay. I just didn't see it in the events thing anymore. Oh, it's back. Okay. There we go. I had to refresh. Wholesale inventories down was negative 0.2%. Actual forecast was negative 0.1%. Previous was negative 0.1%. So slightly lower than expected. And then your sales were 0.1% forecast. It came in at 0.3% positive forecast. So sales were up. Previous was negative 0.1%. So you had higher sales and lower inventories. Yeah.
We're going to put a order in for some SMCI commons that I forgot to do a minute ago when I talked about it. Oh, pipeline. You can't ask me that. They're all great. Yeah. Pipeline asks, what's your favorite Dave Matthews song? My favorite Dave Matthews song is to turn on the XM channel and just let it go and listen to everything. But he covered all along the Watchtower. Oh my gosh. There's a version from I forgot what it's at. It's a 9-minute long version. And it might be the best music I've ever heard anybody for. It's fantastic. So back to my thought, I am putting in an order for some SMCI. If it pops back down, I'm not chasing. We're going to put a limit order down. Let's see, around 22.10, 22.15. So it's got to come back a good bit in order to hit it. But if you come back and look at the chart, Roy, pull up SMCI.
Gotcha, man.
And then go to the, make sure I'm on the 5 minute here.
5 minute daily. What you want?
5 minute.
5 minute. Got it.
All right. So kind of, all right. You see those, you got that cluster right there. See those 2 wicks at the bottom? You got on your right there. And then back at pre-market. See that red cluster right there? Yep. That's the area I'm looking at.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it comes back down there. So it's going to be a limit order. We're going to leave them alone. We're going to sit them there. If it hits, great. If not, it'll be fine.
Good deal. Good deal. So coming back a little bit from its pop, market is on fire. Mag 7 green across the board. Market tide doing market tide things. High call volume, high call premium. Puts kind of flattening out. Same story here on the holdings. I don't know why that chart's not formatted. Anyway, let's go to the sectors. Ooh. Financials down 1%. Energy down, but everything else up bigly.
Look at that. Look at roll up top to the actual chart. Look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, and you can kind of get that. I mean, almost 1% across the board outside of Microsoft on Mag 7.
Yeah.
Amazon's up 2%.
Man, I just looked. CBD's fixing at 20,000.
They're going to push this thing to 6,000, aren't they? Before he speaks.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping we can get in before.
You see a bounce off of orb high here, so that was at 59.84. Coin 251. I mean, the FOMO is strong right now, and for me, I can tell you that. Look at Tesla 293 earlier today. Cashy Apps had put a prediction of 320, looking pretty good. Obviously not today, but in the long term. Tesla 293, Meta 586 and climbing. I tell you, Meta, I'm going to talk myself into something here. Let's be careful. But there's your drop on earnings, right? It hit I think it's the 50-day moving average. And it's just popped up. So your highs are still at 600. So you're still about $15 away from their high, which is about 2.5%. So that has got some room. It did not do what, and then you got Google, who, still about, what was that, $13 away from its high, had a drop, and now it's approaching another high point. Amazon, blue sky breakout here, new all-time high, 211 and climbing. Let's go to a weekly chart on Tesla because you're going to have to go back a ways to get its high. Its all-time high. I mean, Tesla's all-time high is 414. So, given the environment, given the connections, I think that's your most obvious Mag 7 play if you want to do some long-term stuff. It does have earnings.
21,000.
Yeah. Are you in anything?
No, I'm being very good here and not chasing, which has not worked out today. But you know what? It's fine. We'll be here tomorrow. I just wish that first one would fail. Would have been, let's see. 59. I got up to 10 points. So you're doing 250 a pop. That would have been $2,500. Just so you know. I would probably lock this bad boy up, maybe talking about what we're doing tomorrow. No rush.
So,
no rush.
Got halfway through this candle, but technically a candle by candle here. To the long side.
Yes, pretty good. Maybe give us an opportunity. Maybe. It's
a little downtick in tide, so it slowed down a hair. Everybody kind of going.
CBD's coming back a tad bit. It went up to almost 22,000. Now it's back testing 20,000.
This is why you wait for the candle to close. It's starting to become a little bit nasty.
You damn called it too, and that's why it came back.
The 8 was the trigger last time for you. Is the 8 going to be the trigger this time?
What Roy happened here is Roy's horse stopped and the cart ran over the horse.
Oh, that's saying not so fast. So it tested orb high again and bounced.
If it gives you a slight one here, I would not take it as a candle by candle just because it's just so tight.
Yeah. Oh, paper trade. Let's see what I'm paying. Oh, my paper trade's up $192. Look at that.
What is that?
I was doing that trading view paper trading thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're going 17. Yeah. Look at you grow some.
It's like I don't know what. Yeah, it's small gold, but that's something fun. If you guys want to practice paper trading and stuff, just do that. And Trading View's doing a competition. I got hit on I went short gold and it missed my sell, so I got hit like $400 on it. Now I'm up 200 on this. Having fun.
So are you still 347 down overall, or I'm confused?
Yeah. So that's realized 435 and now unrealized up here. They give you 250,000. They have limits. You can only trade like a handful of symbols: Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold, SPX 500, USD. So I just dabble. It keeps me from trading gold and keeps it entertaining. For all you guys who are on Trading View.
you're gonna hit a big one on gold, and you're gonna go back like, you know what? I'm gonna start trading gold
I
again.
can do this. Yeah, I can do this again.
You got to be careful. You know, crackhead and addiction don't go good together.
No, they don't. But I got my dealers.
They're giving you a little taste of it, and you're like, oh, I want the real taste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nice. That candle ended up being a great candle. Had a pullback.
I was too busy looking at what crazy thing you were doing.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes. I need to run to the restroom real fast. I'll be right back.
No problem. Yeah. Let's see. Comes back a little bit. But yeah, that was textbook candle by candle. Bounced off the orb high. Ended up closing strong. Good volume. Yeah, this is for the Bulls today. For the Bulls. We'll see what, if any, selling pressure that can show up. Which doesn't look like it. Looks like it just wants to roar itself up. Pop, pop, pop. Flip through mag 7 again. Actually, let's go to Tide first. So you got to curl up on calls, tick down in puts, volume continuing to rise. We do have FOMC later today. For those trading, please be careful later this afternoon. After hours, you do have some fun retail darlings, I should say, not retail in general, but you've got DraftKings, Square, Rivian, Unity, Trade Desk, Affirm, Pinterest, and Airbnb reporting after hours. So had ARM report yesterday, and then AMC and Qualcomm. I hadn't even looked at AMC. Let's distract ourselves even more so we don't take trades, right? So
Well,
AMC. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. You'll appreciate it. You'll get to see it this weekend. So,
all right, good.
Finish what you're talking about to it.
AMC down 5% pre-market, or sorry, and after its earnings. What was the other one? Qualcomm, QCOM.
Yeah.
Up 2%. So it's kind of sold off at the open, but and then was there anybody else? I think that was it. ARM. I don't think they did very well. Oh my gracious.
Wow.
So it looks like they got hit on their earnings, recovered, and then opened up nasty, and then just said, you know, we're good. Don't worry about it.
Ripping now.
Wow, impressive. I just marvel at NVIDIA. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need to join this leap thing so I can beat you in this.
Oh, you would. It's going to drive you crazy because you can't trade really what you want to trade. That's really what bothered me. But if you do gold, me and you can go out of the gold.
You know, I've dabbled in the gold.
Yeah, you're a gold guy. Let's see. Competition. Yep, rank 49,000 coming for you. Leader's up 9,000.
And that's just this month, right?
Yeah, it's just for the month of so what instruments are available? Bitcoin, ETH, SPX 500 USD, gold, silver, euro, and oil. And then here's your max sizes.
So this funny story here, change a little subject. So
yeah,
in my house there's like a little, right off my kitchen is like a little cubby hole like deal. It's kind of useless space. This, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had a little small desk there, and that little desk just became a catch-all, right? Just everything you can think of on that desk. So I decided to order like a little pantry. My kitchen's not huge, so I was going to order like a little pantry shelf thing to go there.
Mm-hmm.
4 doors, like, tall, hold everything, get a lot of stuff off my cabinets, stuff in my kitchen, free up some space, do all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So the desk I had in there, I had to put the desk together in the cubby hole because that's the only way it would fit. So, of course, I had to take the desk apart yesterday to get it out of the cubby hole. And I got the new shelf cabinet, the new pantry came in, so I opened it up. I swear there's 185 parts. What I did last night is I went around and I put all the little wood dowels and everything. I put the little metal things that clamp into the next one.
Yeah.
So I did all that, and it took like 2 hours just to do all that. So if you look at my living room now, you got wood shelves and everything just scattered all over the place. But I got it in order.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you walk in there, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this doesn't make any sense." And you look at it like, "Oh, you're OCD." Perfectly aligned order. So now today I can start putting together, and I'm gonna put together in there. Now it's not as wide as a desk, so I don't have to put together in there. But being by myself, ooh, we're getting a nice drop here.
Yeah, no,
Me being by myself, I'll put together. It's gonna have to move it and stuff. But hopefully, Roy, you get to see it this weekend. Hopefully, it's together.
Yeah.
Standing.
So how does your dog avoid all that? Is it just like tiptoe? Does it know better to just like not mess with?
When I start, like right now, it's like she won't go in there.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm working on something, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I cuss when I work.
Yeah.
So when I'm working on stuff like in there, she'll go in the kitchen and lay down. Like, I'm just gonna chill here for a while, just do what you gotta do. We're bouncing off to 8 here, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because we are getting a very ugly candle here. CBD's coming back. We can actually see a decent move back this time. We've got a good candle by candle here to the downside if it closed here. We've got 2.5 minutes left, so we're watching this candle. You've actually got some volume coming in on this candle, so that's interesting. So we might be fixing to get into a trade.
All right.
At 9:20. Be the first one over here. I got a free up top step like I do the other boys over here. Just trade it. Now what I'm doing on the combine, I am looking for a bigger. I'm not taking $500. I'm looking for a bigger move. So I trade it just a tad bit different. And we're getting a bounce here. Ooh, this is actually
That 8, man. That 8. Wow.
Yeah. I started by it and it came down. I was like, no, should have bought it. Dang it. Where did my balls go? Need them back. Fear and Greed Index, 61 out of 100. So that's going to put us in greed territory. Is it extreme greed or is it? No, it's just regular greed. We're in regular greed. Not extreme, regular. Man, this thing is just.
The 8 aligns with the orb high as well.
I'm glad I can glance over so I have it on this screen. We can't put the orbs here. I can draw it out.
Yeah.
It automatically puts on trading view on this side. So when I glance over, there it is. Anybody sees my setup here, you're like, what are you looking at? And what all you got going on? It's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot.
Tesla
popping along here.
Tesla up 2%, 295.
We'll see if we get in this where it goes for our take profit. We'll have to pull it down some because I don't think we're going to. Well, we could. And it looks like it's not going to fill this damn thing either. So maybe not. I guess within a tick of it. And that is not a bearish candle by candle.
Yeah, it's a bullish
It
one.
is a bullish. I just hope it feels here. I don't want to chase it up there, but you get within a tick of taking it. A tick. There you go. So we're in. So let's see where it goes. Actually, that 3,000 puts us right at 59.99. Isn't that something?
Wow.
Might lose 1,500. Might go all the way. Now it's going to break the damn 8. Now it's going to break the 8. You son of a gun. Bounce back up. Go to your home up there. You know you want 6,000. You know you want it. Woo! Look at the order sitting at 59.90. Look at that cluster right there. That's 1,100-1,200 orders sitting right there in that little 2-tick move, 3-tick spot there. You take all these, it's a lot more than that. All right, let's play her out. Let's see what she does. See what she does. Roy would take profit right now. It'd be 180 bucks up.
Yeah, I'd be happy as hell.
Yep.
I didn't take the trade. I should have, but I didn't. I don't like. I didn't quite like. I mean, it was a good candle by candle long with the volume increasing, of course, but I don't like this guy. Kind of, it was curling down a bit, so I'm trying to see how this plays out a little bit more. But the volume here, I mean, that candle preceded the previous candle with nice wicks. So you got another wick down there to kind of further drive the point home.
So kind of what you might see with that volume. Right, this is the candle. You could see it come back a little more. And then pop. So you could definitely see something like that work out.
Yeah.
But, you know, neither here nor there. So you could take some heat on this trade for a while.
Or not. Push it up. Wow, look at those wicks.
Yeah. Man, the VIX is just still holding around that 1550 area though. 1555 right now. 1553.
You got a little tick down on call. A little tick down in puts. Volume continues to go high a day though. Similar things. So you're getting a little bit of a cool off at premium.
SMCI is running away from my orders. So you want to, if anybody curious. Roy Easy, good morning.
Gracious.
Let's see. So Ted says, well, everything was bigly up yesterday. It was the Dow pushing the hardest. It's barely moving. So it's all about tech. QQQ ripping. Okay. Roy Easy said he's just morning, fellas. Just catching up with y'all. Good morning, Roy Easy.
Good morning. Good morning. You are in a long with take profit at 5,600.
59.99. And I did not move it. That's where it happened to pop up at, so you know. I have not touched it. It's probably that's probably not the smartest place to have it at, to be honest with you. I mean, could we go to 6,000? Absolutely. Are we definitely going to 6,000? I don't know. You got to get to a point here at some point where they push this thing back down. It just can't. Hold on, it can,
It can.
but I wouldn't think it just continues just to grind up.
To get to
But
6,000, it needs a little bit of just a little weakness.
well, to get to 6,000, what it's going to get is you're going to get some short cover in here to pop it up. Do you get one? All right, how many people are still short? Two, are these people that are still short? At what point do you panic? If I'm short, I'm kind of panicking right now.
I'm kind of panicking right now. Yeah. I mean, you ain't got a guy speaking at 2 that's gonna be like, I'm gonna raise rates, half a basis point. I'm gonna or 25 basis
You got
points.
somebody sitting in a cubicle somewhere right now, smoking, hitting a vape nonstop, just
Yeah.
look like they're building a fire over there, nervous as hell, with their little drape over there, thinks nobody can see them what they're in. That's what I picture. I don't know if any of you guys ever watch what was the show, Billions? Oh, it's one of my favorite shows ever.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's great.
But can you imagine
such
somebody like Dollar Bill and a show? He'd be throwing shit all over the place. Would he not?
Oh yeah, great
That was
character. The 2 van thing was always such season one. Season 1 by Billions is just epic. Season 2 obviously had the big twist that I love at the end, but it just is all around great show.
Did you watch? You watched the last season, right?
Yeah.
I love how they brought everybody back to finish it. It was perfect.
Yeah. It was a good salute to it all because the season before I thought was going to be the last one. I think everybody did the way they had ended it.
Yeah, you couldn't finish it without Axe there though.
You gotta have Axe. Yeah, the quotes of that show were fantastic. The writing was great. Just good. If you haven't seen Billions, you should watch it. Watch it.
Well, Axe is my favorite character on
there.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's my spirit animal. If I could be Wags, if anybody watches it.
Yeah, Wags is great. And it's just, all around good show. Good acting. Paul Giamatti did a great job. Played a great guy you love to hate. And just good show.
Yeah, they ruined him for every other show ever. Like, even if you go back and watch shows or movies he was in before, you're like, fucking lawyer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got me there.
Yeah.
See? I can't start talking about
Yeah, I mean, he played that role so well. You can only see him as that just kind of annoying, I don't want to root for you type of guy.
And they just made him so just nasty. Like, they didn't have to do anything just to make him a dirty character.
Yeah.
No?
And he just loved Axe. I mean, it was just such a cool, just great casting, great everything.
In the real world, Axe was the bad guy in the real world.
Yeah.
Made his fortune off 9/11 when everybody else died. Axe got rich at that. So.
Yeah. So you got a little bit of an indecision candle up here.
Yeah, which could be a reversal candle. So we'll see how that plays out.
You got Tide flipping back over. Tide kind of ticking up. Put's kind of ticking down. I'll be honest, I haven't really traded much today. I'm okay with that, given the move and FOMC. I'm just picking my spots. I'm trying not to FOMO and everything, but I want to. I want to jump into a few, but
we've had a good day on the other side. This side's either going to play out or it's not. There's no in between with it.
I missed this guy.
I'm just going through catching up, making sure that if anybody doesn't know, if you trade Trade-O-Vate, you trade multiple accounts like you do with the other guys over there, you've got to make sure all your orders are closed. Hit cancel all a lot.
Spam it.
because it would not always cancel all. And if you play brackets, you can't play brackets with your copy trading, so you got to add your brackets in manually. You got to remember to go and close them out. I have had accounts blown by not going and closing them out. So
That is the worst feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I've messed around. You can ask Roy. I messed around with Top Step and done it before, just because you'll see a lot of times when I scale, I add my orders in, and I'm sure there's got to be a way I probably could do it where they would go away once my other orders are filled, but I don't know how to do that on there yet. And as long as I pay attention, we have no problems.
Flipping over to Tide, you got to spike up, and you've got your puts kind of trending down as we approach high day, which you are wicking a bit up here. Don't like that.
You got CBD back above 22,000 now. CBD is actually high day right now.
Oh man!
So did they get a squeeze out of 23,000? Did we get a squeeze out of it? I noticed one thing: when the market's going up, SMCI goes down. When SMCI goes up, the market goes down. There's your indicator, folks.
New high day.
24,000 CBD. My goodness! And we got a bunch of orders here. Look at all these orders to get through. Probably should stay down, but we're going to leave it where it is. We are going to tighten this up a tad bit. We're at 500 now, so might come back and take that out. I might have put it a little too. Ooh, I don't like this wick here. And of course, we're getting a little little bounce on SMCI here, a little drop on the ES. This is where they could trick you, though. You got to be careful. They're making these wicks. This could be they wick this thing around for a minute, and this thing pops up to 6,000. See it happen. It is 9:30, 9:32 actually. So we are getting to the back part of the day here on the stream. So that's where we're just chilling, waiting. We're still along here. We could have took. I guess we could have got probably 91.25. Probably should have took $1,000 on that trade, to be honest with you. I don't know why I didn't. I really wasn't paying attention to it, so might come back and bite us in the butt. We'll see.
Yeah, it did that pop. Kind of came back hard, so it's about 3 points back.
Yeah, CBD's not really coming back with this, so I just don't know if this is a real move back or if this is just a little breather for the next pop.
Right. Test the 8 again to push it back up.
Yeah. Even though we do look at wicks a lot, we do play off wicks a lot. Wicks don't always tell the whole story.
Right.
You know what I'm tempted to do here? Crap. I might actually add here. I don't like this wick now. I don't like this candle at all.
Yeah, 30 seconds left in this candle. Not a good candle.
Yeah.
However, the volume kicks up here. It's coming in.
Yeah. Oh, if it just popped a little more and gave us a candle by candle to the upside, would that not be the most ES thing in the world to do? So
the volume came in on that, and It was higher than the previous volume.
Yep. So at this point, you would look for, if you do get a pullback, to take a add along now, in my opinion. Did I hear you just click something to take a loan?
It did. Took it right there at 59.88.
So you took it off to 8, huh?
I did. I like the volume formation on the candle, and I like the push up. So let's see if we can get it going. Get it going.
Oh man. Theo Vaughn is coming to Austria.
Oh man.
We took $1,000 on that trade.
I took it too. I'll take it. It's probably going to pop higher now that it's set a new high, but I like that formation. You had the volume increasing. You had the pop off the 8. Take the win. Regroup. Do another one if it comes up.
Listen, Theo Vaughn is coming. Guess what the name of his tour is?
What's that?
Return of the Rat.
You see his clip went viral a couple days ago with him on Joe Rogan talking about
every clip he has goes viral. What are you talking about?
with
which clip are you talking about?
Letting gay guys hit on you to make you feel better, so you act gay a little bit. He's like, "You ever do that, Joe?" Just like, what are you talking about?
Remind me after the stream to tell you the Ron White one.
Oh, Ron White! Wow, I haven't heard that one in a while.
Remind me. He's been on Kill Tony a little bit, so he's getting really popular again. So,
oh, that's good.
And
didn't he get into some trouble?
He
canceled or something. Yeah,
he did. Yeah, now, so Kill Tony. If you're gonna cancel, you're just gonna cancel everything because they make fun of everybody, and they use all the words, all the words. So, all right, it's 9:40. Roy, what you thinking? Let's go over. You got your picks ready? You want to talk about your picks?
I just gotta put my logo in. 1 second.
Yeah. We'll keep this on the screen for you.
We'll get
you a couple things going here so you can have all of it going.
Oh, thank you. I may actually start doing multiple picks to see if I can at least get one right each week.
Oh, that's cheating.
I know. Well, there we go. That's a good one. Let's do that one. All right. Thank you. I'm ready when you are. Let me flyer it over there.
Oh, I'm ready. I got it on the screen. I got the banners going.
Oh, great. Beautiful. All right. Here we go. My sports pick of the week. Fade. Oh, we got to move us. The Dolphins -1 at the Rams. There's Monday Night Football. It's a sucker bet. They're an away team. They played well against Buffalo, but I'll take the sucker bet. I like Miami -1 at the Rams. I'm actually pretty good at NFL, just so you know. College been horrible. I'm taking the over in Colorado, Texas Tech, 62.5. Again, kind of a sucker bet. Public will love that, but I like high scoring game. Texas Tech tends to be in those quite a bit. Colorado wanting to prove something now that they have a playoff shot, believe it or not. So they have a road to the playoff through the Big 12. So those are my two bets. Fade them as if you like money. I will have to make these bets before I leave for my trip because it's not allowed
Yes,
in your
because you
area.
cannot bet in
So,
Mississippi.
yeah. Well, I can on casino grounds, but there ain't no
Right, but
casino.
you're not that close to casino ground.
Yeah. I have enjoyed my time. I have had some nice memories at the Biloxi. My time there.
Yeah, Biloxi's about 4.5 hours away from us, so we're not going to Biloxi. And then
No.
Tunica is about hour 45.
Yeah, I'm good. If I have a need to gamble that much, I probably should call the hotline.
If you have a need to gamble that much, we can just right up the Tennessee line, let you place all your bets and come back.
It's good. That's a good
Tennessee,
point. How
you
far
can
are you
bet.
from the Tennessee line? Yeah.
45 minutes.
We can make a lunch trip out of it.
Right. I can show you some very rural areas up till we get to the Tennessee. As we go there, we got a little back way. You see some rough stuff, but could also take you by a place that was voted the best hamburger in America.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not in this town. It's in another town. And you'll walk in and be like, "Holy crap! Really? Yep."
I mean, I'm down for a best hamburger in America. I had a great one at a gas station in Atlanta that was like
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you,
5-star.
they call it the best hamburger in America. Do I think it's the best hamburger in America? It's a good quality hamburger. I can take you to a place in town now. Now the hamburger's gonna cost $15,
Nah, it's
but
just
it's gonna be
normal
one of the best
nowadays.
burgers you ever ate in your life. We'll check
Okay.
it out.
Your
Because they're only open
so,
for lunch. They're not open for dinner.
so your best burger in America is kind of like that neon sign in Elf, where it's the best coffee and cup of coffee in the world.
Well, look, man, it's a phenomenal hamburger, unless they change anything. And you walk into it. It's a place that's in Holly Springs, Mississippi. It's called Phillips Grocery.
Okay.
Look it up. And the place is like right off the like you're here, and then there's the railroad tracks right beside you over there. And it's when you walk in, it's like walking into the 50s in Mississippi. It's
The good part of the 50s, not the bad.
no.
Oh no. Okay.
But the thing about it is, the people are not racist at all, and they will be the nicest in the world to you. But when you walk in, you're like, "Holy crap! I came in the wrong spot." If you're not,
I'll make sure to bring my turban and see how we go.
You're not bringing your turban. Don't bring your turban.
Let's see. We got Apple coming down. Looks like a bull flag heading into FOMC.
So pipeline says there are only 11 states left that don't have sports betting. That is true, but not even so Mississippi has sports betting, right? But they have a deal with the casinos because casinos are everything here. Where you have to do it on casino property.
Rule the
Which is the toughest law in the world. It is
rules the world. Nvidia coming back a little bit. Microsoft pushing high day 423. Get you some Microsoft. Google kind of consolidating, but holding a good gain from yesterday. My goodness, I still can't get over Amazon. If they are they going to make 210 support? Look at that. Meta spitting in my face. Looks like it's flagging high day. And look at Tesla. Wants 300 soon, 296.70. AMD looking like it wants back at 150. Coin kind of stalling out here at 254. It got all the way down to 242. Popped up. Bitcoin has gone green. Look at that. So much for my prediction of a retest of 71,000. Solana is ripping 191. What has happened? What has happened? Dixie coming down hard. 104.30. Oh yeah, this is happening. SPX 6000 today with JPAL. That's got to happen.
You would think.
It's got to happen. Right. SMCI. Wow, it did run away from your order, didn't it?
Yeah. Order way on down there at the bottom. Way on down there.
DJT down 20%. you're gonna take a flyer on that X acquisition. Could probably get it down to 25 soon.
Let's just look at it.
Little bonus action here. Smoking Chicken Fish up 9%, 73 million market cap. How's my gold trade going? Oh, up $255. Getting close to take profit. 314. About 2 points away. Cool.
So if you look at the DJT,
Yep.
looks like we're about at our little spot here where we could see a nice little pop. 27.89, so around 28, which we are 28.70 right now. So if you look to the left a little bit, or you're on the 5 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, what you mean, hourly?
Yeah, go to an hourly.
Ooh.
Right there. Look at it. Yep.
However, though, this was pre-election, so are you getting the buyers that wanted to take the election bets there, right?
I think it's worth a shot just to
Oh yeah, look at all this consolidation.
Commons.
Yeah, you're in a pretty good consolidation zone too here, right? I mean,
yeah.
All right, not bad. Commons, no options. Flyer, if you like a game.
Yeah, we're not looking at going stupid with it. We're looking just a couple, like a few, 10, 20, 40, something. I don't know what the heck just happened here on this. This is not what I want to do.
Your 5-day moving average and your 20-day moving average have converged again. So your 5-day is about to cross over the 20, which is a bullish signal. Not that the market needs any more bullish signals, but there's another one for you. Shout out to Led. You're getting a gradient on the overbought, which 9 times out of 10 tells me that he's buying some sort of put or short and is probably regretting that decision. MACD has turned up on that as we continue to break new highs a day. And look at this thing here. It goes 94.50, 95 on ES. It wants the 6,000. Are you still in? No, you just got out. You got out with me. That's right.
Yeah. So look at the new little trend line here.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a straight up trend line. So
yeah, it kind of plays on what Roy Easy said. Just follow the EMA to the promised land. I mean, that the 8 has been the trigger. It was the trigger in the pre-market. It was a trigger at the open. It's been the trigger with data.
Just keep your stops tight because when it's not, it's not. Crash through it. So
it'll break through a cluster. You're like, oh, it broke through the 8, but it's still got the 13 or the 21. It'll just rip right through it. Yeah. So be cautious. Oh man. So what are you expecting from Jay Powell today? You think he'll be the same lackadaisical guy? Doesn't really give you much guidance or anything?
I think you're going to look more tone and not so much as what he says, but how he says what he says today. I think he's going to feel some pressure. Trump has made the comment before that he does not like Powell. He doesn't trust Jay Powell. He's made that adamant clear. So if I'm Jay Powell, I'm like, hey, what happens? What do we do here? Jay Powell might be ready to step down and be done anyway.
That's the other side of it, right? If a guy knows he's going to leave, does he really care what the next person says? Roy Easy says he thinks he can get a lot of questions about the administration. Yeah, and I think you're going to get some jokes out of him with that too. I think you're going to get some laughs.
You probably will. You'll probably get a lot of avoidance and no answers, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We know this administration in the past, we know what we're doing, blah, blah. Which I don't know if anybody remembers in the past. It was a volatile situation between him and Trump, especially there at the end when everything was going on. So,
oh yeah, and you're gonna get comments now that Trump has been reelected. You're gonna get comments about the future of the Federal Reserve. Is it actually gonna stay in its current position environment? Is it going to maintain an independent entity, quote unquote? There, a lot of opinion on that. So I think you're going to see some of those questions. He's going to avoid those questions, but look out for that narrative pushing forward. Is does the Federal Reserve as a whole get a complete reset? How it operates. Trump.
Yeah, Roy Easy says Obama nominated him, Trump put him in. I know Obama nominated him. I know he came from that Obama tree.
So he is one of those unicorns, if you will. Obama appointed him as a Fed governor. I believe Trump appointed him as the head of the Federal Reserve, and Biden kept him on as the head of the Federal Reserve. So
I thought Obama. When did he take over?
I think he took over in 2017, 16, 17.
Let's see. So his term ends on. His term ends in 2026. So he said he is staying on until his term ends. Let's see. He was nominated by Barack Obama in 2012.
Right, to be a governor. He was one of the Fed governors because the president can appoint 7 Fed governors. And then you fill the Okay, no, he was promoted by What's that? Go ahead.
2018 when he became chair.
So that was Powell. I was Trump.
You are right. You are right. He was nominated as the Fed chair under Obama, and Trump moved him to
the head,
or nominated him for the Fed chair. So they do.
He replaced Yellen.
It's 8 years. 8 years.
Yeah.
So they have an 8-year term. Is that correct? Or is it 2? This is his second 4-year term.
This is his second 4-year. Yeah. I don't think they have limits though on the chair.
They don't have limits, but they do have terms. So.
Yeah. So he just got nominated or re-upped in 2022.
Trump can't do anything really until 2026.
He can replace him for cause. That is a general, broad, loose statement. And
that's like call. You got to find something, and it doesn't work out most of the time.
Well, true.
It depends on what his contract says.
So here's kind of the loophole that I actually saw somebody mention, and I kind of agree that if he wanted to exploit it, he could. One of the mandates is maximum employment. Well, if unemployment numbers start to rise and employment starts to slow, he could technically say that the policies have not attributed to the mandate that is required by the Federal Reserve because employment is slowing down and cooling. So he could
Trump's
have
got
that.
A majority. So if it goes to committee.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. The politics of the Federal Reserve now gets really interesting with obviously Trump's public statements on it all, and Powell's kind of stance on I don't really care what anybody says. I'm going to do what I believe is right. So
you got to give him credit. So one thing about Powell, I'm not a huge fan of Powell and everything, but the guy sticks to what he says. If you hear him say something, he's going to stick to it. It's not like he says stuff just to say stuff. So,
yeah. And Roy Easy mentioned here, he said he thinks that Trump will try and get Powell to step down. One thing about Jay Powell, he will not voluntarily step down. He's going to create.
That's why he said I'm my term in 2026.
Yeah, he's gonna create his own legacy, and he's not gonna let somebody dictate it. He is definitely hard-headed. He takes his time. So you're gonna see probably more public comments about Powell. They will probably make Powell the scapegoat of any sort of recession or anything like that, whether that's merited or not. You will
Did
see
you know
that.
he was a Republican?
Oh yeah, he was an
I
investment
didn't know he was
banker,
a
dude.
Republican.
He was, yeah. That was,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. Obama reached across the aisle and picked him, but granted, he didn't pick him as the head of the Fed. He just picked him as a governor of the Fed. Well, obviously, Obama's pick was not the best, Miss Yellen. But yeah, I'm
guys,
I'm excited. Yeah,
we talk politics.
we got more views that way, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We got some talking. Maybe we talk politics every day.
It was
Come
light
back
to
Monday.
start.
Come down Monday to get Roy's breakdown on what Harris did wrong and what the Democratic Party can do to survive.
And then on Tuesday, we'll tackle transgender issues.
That's right. That's right.
All right, man. It was a good week.
All right. Thank you, everybody. It's been a fantastic week. Thank you again for being here. Ooh, that came from nowhere. Thank you again for being here, and we'll catch you guys on a Monday. Lord willing.
Monday, you guys trade safe today. It's volatile. Trade safe.
Or hey, go and lock your accounts now.
That too. So,
See you guys.
Have a good one.